Tonight, we're talking Velociraptors from Jurassic World Rebirth. We're talking maybe some video game stuff. I don't know what else. I have not planned anything else. But if you have any topics, let me know tonight. I am Brad Jost, and this is going great. Welcome back, everybody, to another Let's Talk Jurassic. I'm looking for this thing on my sweatshirt because it looked weird without it, but hey, it's time for another stream. We're back again this week, so welcome back, anybody. If you've come back again this week, we appreciate it. I did not get a chance to share this around, so I always appreciate when people find it on their own. And you know what would be helpful? If you hit that notification bell. You hit that notification bell, it'll pop up, let you know that we are going live. So thank you to you guys for coming back. If you're new here, you know, sometimes you get a good one. Sometimes you get one of these. You never know. You never know. So, like, typically, when it comes to producing this, some weeks there will be tons of things to discuss. And I think there's actually some decent stuff to discuss here tonight. But you know, very apparent stuff that you can like really dive into and sink your teeth into. Other nights there's like this where you could just kind of gloss over it and be done with it in 10 minutes. But so yeah, but we'll talk about it for an hour at least. you know what we do here. And I want to check in with the chat. It looks like everybody's going off in there. But if you're lurking out there, I appreciate you as well. So let's go to the chat here, see what's going on with everybody here. We've got Jason in the house tonight. How's it going, Jason? Good evening. Glad to have you here. We've got Jurassic Souls. Yo! What's up? Alex is here. What's up, Alex? Good evening. Taylor's here. What's up, Taylor? How you doing? We got Steven. We got Spino Rex. And this one, I really got to figure out how to say your handle here. Cvascates. Cvascates. I'll just go with that. Cvascates? Yeah, what's up? Jedi Jarvo here. What's going on, Jedi Jarvo? How you doing? Muslim Mills here. Hey, what's going on? And let's see, anybody else here before we do? Oh, we got Steve here. What's up, Steve? Call your boy, dude. Where's the red phone? I still don't have a red phone. You know, look around as if I like have one that could be like here somewhere. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. There's so much stuff in here. Yeah, I don't think I have a phone. I got this. This is like a wind-up thing. It's red. I got no red phone. I've got a book. That's about it. No red phones. No bat phones in the house. But what's up, Dylan? How's it going? Good evening. And we've got Nikolai here. How's it going, Nikolai? Good to see you. But I do want to shout out. There's a bunch of chat going on here. I want to shout out Jurassic Souls, as always. Thank you so much for the super chat. With the Raptor design being out in the wild now, I wonder what made it too dangerous for Jurassic Park. Yeah. We'll talk about that. That's a good topic to kind of dive into, because I don't really know what's going on here. I'll tee up the conversation for a little bit later, but what is going on here with this Rebirth Island area, whatever's going on? Because, you know, the synopsis and everything really talked about dinosaurs kind of moving. I don't know if there was movement within the synopsis, but in my mind, it felt like all the dinosaurs that were left were kind of herding towards this equatorial region, right? To me, this equatorial region feels different than an island. So I feel like there's two things going on here. That's to tee it up for later, but we'll talk about that a little bit later on. And also your super chat, we'll talk about that with the Raptor designs and everything. That is on the schedule for tonight. I didn't check in. I don't know if there was much going on over on Blue Sky, but I did. From time to time, I'll reach out to everybody and be like, hey, what should we talk about tonight? And the Raptor designs were certainly one of those things that we got mentioned over there. So, yeah. Oh, what was I doing? Oh yeah, let's go over to the website real quick before we dive into the conversation. So over on JurassicParkPodcast.com, we've got episode 406 listed there, and that features some of y'all. If you're watching this, you might be in this episode. Your comments, your voicemails. If you wrote in, I read them. If you called in, I put them in. If you recorded a voice memo, I put them in. We got a bunch of reactions to the Jurassic World Rebirth trailer from people around the community. So grateful to everybody who had a chance to call in. And like I said, this is one episode 406, where the community reacts. If you still want to react, if you still want to let me know how you feel, do it. Let me know. And I'll put this up. I really got to get a button for this because I have buttons for other things. But let me just put this up real quick. You can go to the voicemail line, 732-825-7763. You can call that, leave a message. There's like a little prompt from myself in there, and then you can go ahead and listen, or just not listen, but leave a thought or whatever, however long. I think it's like 3 minutes. About Jurassic World Rebirth. And if you want to, you can email us to JurassicParkPod@gmail.com. Let me know what you thought about the movie. But you could also just send me a voice memo there as well. So you could email that voice memo over. Try to keep them like around 3 minutes or so, and I'll put them in any kind of upcoming episodes I have in regards to Jurassic World Rebirth. But back to the website. Like I said, we got a bunch of stuff in this episode, so please go check out episode 406 to hear from different people around the community. I think it's really awesome to kind of have a place where we can, put your thoughts, and not just me or some of the people involved in the show. I like to hear from everybody else. That's why I love doing these live streams, because I get to see the comments directly and react to that as well. In these community reaction episodes, I don't necessarily react to them. Back in the mailbag days, me and Jen would definitely react to a lot of the comments and things, but for something like this, I like to just put them out there with no, rebuttal from me or anything like that. So if you didn't like it, I put your thoughts in there. If you did like it, I put your thoughts in there. But yeah, hey, Steven, we all need some coffee. I don't know what that's in regards to, but hey, I need it. I need coffee. I wish I kind of brought some down here, but I did not. Anyway, let's start talking. Let's do it. Let's start things off. We're gonna get to we'll get to the Raptor business, but first off, I want to go over to Jurassic Outpost posted. I think they posted a video, so you can go check out their video about this. But I don't think I have. I gotta get a video games tab. We'll just put it in Jurassic News. Boom. They put this post out today, I believe, about a new image from Jurassic Park Survival. And I believe it was just kind of like in a collage of different images, showcasing like kind of like upcoming games and things. And this image that you see, I think, in here was the image that they were referring to, I believe. Oh gosh, it's going all over the place. But you can see in there in the background for Jurassic Park Survival a very clear image of the Jurassic Park lab facilities. You've got the Raptor egg chamber thing right there, the hatching unit, whatever you call that, with the mechanical like Kuka arm kind of thing that's right there over on the side. And you could see up top, you've got the coolant chambers where Dennis Nedry went in and stole all those DNA. So, we're looking at this. I would assume at a point in time where, you know, I would assume this is like hours after the event of Jurassic Park. You know, I mean, we're still so vague on like full details of this game and everything, but you know, to me, when I see an image like this, I'm thinking, okay, this is you know, this is moments after, you know, it could be the next day or whatever, or we're getting shots of like an active park. You know, that would be really cool too. Is if this game gave us, and I hate it because this is, my brain just does this all the time, and I know a lot of you do this as well, but like, we all want to see like an operating facility, whether that's Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, whatever the case is. We want to see the place in action, and we don't get that often enough. You know, we really don't. We got a little bit of Jurassic World in action during that first 2015 film, but like so many of us want to see like the 10 years prior to that. What happened? How did that operate from day to day? Now, Jurassic Park didn't really operate per se, but they definitely did a lot of work there, right? Maybe. That's, who knows how much work actually happened. See, the way I'm kind of envisioning it now is that nothing happened. There was no work going on Nublar. And they like, all of that was for show, right? That's what I'm feeling now. I'm feeling like everything that we saw, the people, like, they were just erotica. They were just literally erotic characters. Audio animatronics. That's basically what I'm gonna go with that now. I think literally all those people we did see. No. Those are all the real, whatever John Hammond said, the real miracle workers of Jurassic Park. No, I'm just going to start thinking now that they were all audio animatronics and they were all fake and that no actual reproduction of dinosaurs happened on Isla Nublar. That's my running theory, because we've got the Lockwood Estate, we've got Site B, we've got Site Rebirth, whatever that is. So this is all fake, whatever we're seeing here. But no, going back to the game, because that was a little tangent. That would be cool though if we got to see like a little bit of operation, you know, like, because I think it's useful, because if we don't get to learn who, man, I just had her name. I forgot her name. But the character that's in this game, Jurassic Park Survival. What is her name? I know you're all gonna come up with it like really quickly, and I'm just like sitting here like, I don't know what her name is. I forget. Dude, I have no idea what her name is. I don't know what anybody's name is that I've like watched these movies 100 times, and I'm like, I forget. Oh, Maya. I don't remember. I'm getting piece by piece. When I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, Joshi. So Maya Joshi, scientist. I feel like we need to kind of learn a little bit about her. This article that I have here on my end, it's not on your end, but it says, you know, the action will follow InGen scientist Maya Joshi, who's been left behind on Isla Nublar after the characters of the film depart. So and that's the action of the game. I want a cutscene, a very good cutscene or so, you know, to follow her in the day-to-day operation. You know, I would love to see what a scientist was doing on that day, on the day of the events, you know, to kind of give us a little perspective as far as like, why didn't she make the boat? You know, why didn't she head to the dock? She didn't drop what she was doing and leave now. You know, she just didn't do that. And she only had 5 minutes. What a warning. 5 minutes. Drop what you're doing and leave now. That's it. You know, that's it. You got no time to get to that boat. So maybe that's what happened. Maybe she's like, Ray, are you serious? She's like all like decked out in scientific equipment, and she's like, I can't just drop what I'm doing, and I can't just leave now. So I don't know. I would like to see kind of what happened to her leading up to this event. So a sequence taking place in like an operational lab would be really, really cool. But you know, it whatever this image is, I have no clue if this is like in-game anything or whatever, just some sort of picture. But or just, you know, it could just be like artwork or anything. You know, it doesn't have to be anything. It could just be concept art. But you know, you can see that the containment thing is open where the DNA would have been stored. So like, that's an interesting thing. Like, I don't know if it was left like that for some reason. So that would be interesting to find out. But I kind of hope we get a little bit of stuff before the full downfall. I mean, I guess I could see the game just starting with her like waking up. And it's like, it literally just says like, hours after the characters departed the island. Like we literally see like the helicopter leave and then she just wakes up or something. I could see that happening, but I really hope we do get a little bit more from that. Anybody want a soda or something? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Nublar seems to just be for the tourists and the investors. Yeah, I mean, what we saw was certainly just a tour of the facilities. We did see, like, you know, obviously there was a lot of lab work happening, it seemed like. And there was construction happening. So there were people actually seemingly working on this island. So I would like to see that kind of stuff. And, you know, a lot of this was just fanfare for the tour group that was there. But I do hope we get, like, you know, good explanation. And they're not going to probably explain anything like that. And they're not going to, like, tie this into Rebirth, I don't think. But that would be cool. It would be awesome if there was, like, something that Maya uncovered. You know, how cool would that be? If Maya uncovered something about experiments left to die on another island that she had no idea even existed. Or maybe Maya's the one behind it. You know, maybe she was like the failed geneticist that did those like original designs and they didn't work, and then they brought in Dr. Henry Wu. Possible. You know, there's always a way in a fan's mind. There's a way to connect any of this stuff. And you could certainly have that stuff. And if it doesn't have it, maybe I'll be a tad like disappointed that like, oh, we didn't connect those dots. But I think, you know, knowing what we know of this franchise, I don't expect those dots to be connected. I expect this to just be its own thing. I know like Aftermath really tried to do some of that kind of stuff that I'm talking about right now, where they connected different things with Dr. Henry Wu, and I forget a lot of those details at this point. I really got to go back and revisit some of those plot points. But they really tried to, like, I feel like in my mind, did they try to connect some of the stuff that was like gonna go down in like in Dominion and stuff, like why Blue could produce on her own, and I feel like that kind of stuff maybe happened in that game. So look, there is a chance. There's hope. I think that this could connect in some way. We'll see. It was all an illusion, yeah. Why are my buttons not working? Wait, is my thing frozen here? Oh, is this? Oh, no, that control. This mouse just doesn't want to work. Very cool. Plug it in. These stupid Mac mouses where you gotta plug it in on the bottom, just absolutely worthless. Chewie says, I think it's the real lab, Site B, or C was R&D. Yeah, look, that's fair. What's the clear reason? So this is just a theory that I have in my head that I kind of like stumbled upon here during a live stream, which I'm on this same page that I'm pretty sure was where the image was revealed. But y'all remember that image of Maya, the concept art of Maya in the boat, like the river raft? It disappeared. Like I can't find it anywhere. And it's not on the website where it originally was revealed. So I'm not really sure where that went. I can look into it more, and I don't know if anybody else has since I last talked about it. But that concept art of Maya just kind of cruising down the riverboat disappeared, and see if I can bring up some stuff right here. And I just wonder, like, what is there a connection between that and hearing nothing about this movie? Or no, not the movie, the video game, and the fact that the movie does feature the riverboat scene. So, say for instance, the game's been in development for a while, and they're like, what would be awesome if we put that river raft sequence in from the book. We got the T-Rex there, we got some Dilophosaurs, we got, the raft and stuff, and we'll go down the river. It'll be really, really cool. Big sequence of the game. And then Universal's like, oh, no, we gotta scratch that, actually, because now we've got a movie and we've got that scene in the movie. So that's my theory. That's my, conspiracy theory right now, is that we haven't heard anything about this because they had to put in some extra work into, a middle sequence or something like that. Let's see. Trying to look through to see where some of these images were. Let's go back. Jurassic Park Survival concept art. Sorry, it's really hard to type on this iPad while it's standing straight up. Even typing in concept art, it's just not even popping up. Oh, here's one. Yeah, here we go. Oh yeah, I forgot. It was on my website. This one here. Actually, let's go to that one. So this concept art here, which I can't seem to find anywhere else. Trying to look around, see what kind of postings. I know there was this an IGN article. Yeah, and I believe it came from that article, but it's just not there. And there's raptors in this shot too. So, and then plus we also know that there was that sequence in the trailer itself that featured the dock and the raptor kind of jumping at her and stuff. So, not that I have any kind of confirmation, but I'm curious. I'm very curious about this sequence to see if it's still in the game, if it's not in the game, I don't know if they want to step on their own toes too much, but that's what I was thinking about Jurassic Park Survival, at least. And as far as why we haven't heard too much about it just yet, but it is wild, right? It feels wild, but that's kind of gaming development too as well. It goes on for a long time sometimes, so we'll see. Maybe Maya was on a more remote part of the island, kind of like Dr. Sorkin. I hope not. I mean, it would be cool to get another portion of the island. I think that would be very nice. But I think you can explore different portions of the island throughout the game. I want to see her like interacting with the main hub. I really want her to be a part of the story, and we just so happen to miss her. Like, I think it would be really cool to see. You know, I don't imagine we'll get to see the main group of people like Hammond and Grant, Ellie, Malcolm, like those people. I don't think we'll see them like head on, but I could imagine seeing like a shot where like you pass by them and you get to see their backs, or they're like walking in the distance in another room and she walks in while they walked out or something like that. I could definitely see something like that where we, you know, almost have a same camera angle from like the movie of a scene that happens, that plays out in the movie. Like when they go up the steps, you know, to go to the Mr. DNA screening, they go up the big steps with the kids and everything. And like, I could see that the camera following, like it does in the movie, following them. And then it pans down or something, and we get to see her walking underneath them or something, going to a different part of the building. I hope we get moments like that in like a cutscene, like a 5-10 minute cutscene or something in the beginning of the game, just to kind of like set the events and tell us who she is, what kind of scientist, what kind of things can she do, what is she capable of. You could do a lot of storytelling, I think, in like a few minute cutscene, just to tell us about this character, and then fast forward a little bit throughout the story just to see why she didn't make the boat and what's going on with her character. How did she end up here? So, yeah, Dr. Sorkin, Jerry Harding, his daughter were left behind along with InGen, the rescue team. Yeah, and I don't know, and Dan here brings it up that the game is soft canon. That's true, but like, soft canon is not real. But I think there's a chance that we could see them integrate some things, from the game. If they were to, talk about underwater facility, stuff like that we saw, like a roller coaster off on the, cliffside or something like that. If we were to see elements from that game brought to life here, that would be really, really cool. Maybe Dr. Harding, or Jerry Harding's left behind. As well, like that would be cool as well to know, like, oh, he left a little while after or something like that. I don't think we'll get, there's not going to be a crossover of direct story from that video game, but if they were to acknowledge like some aspects of things that may have been revealed there or talked about there, that would be kind of cool. And if she stumbled across others, she can't be the only one left. Yeah, I mean, she could be. I think she is. I don't see why not. I mean, look, the kids in Camp Cretaceous were somehow the only ones left. Literally everybody else was gone, which that's less believable to me than like her just sticking around on this island in 1993. I could believe that one person could be left behind back then for a major hurricane, but yeah, I mean, look, it does, in any instance, whether it's Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, I could see them leaving behind like a security member, somebody to operate this or that, somebody to, like a maintenance guy who's like, just there to make sure the fences don't go off or whatever. Like, I could see somebody like that being there still. I think that would be really cool if she did, but at the same time, I think I'd be okay if she actually was the only one left over. But yeah, anyway, let's take a moment here. I want to mention something that's happening tomorrow. So tomorrow, I know we got some people here in the stream. If you like watching the live streams here, tomorrow night, Thursday. What is today? The 19th. So yeah, the 20th. That's a Thursday. Tomorrow we will have another live stream with 2 other members of the ongoing crew here at the Jurassic Park podcast from time to time. And that's Jay Jurassic's going to be joining, and Ted Brothers is going to be joining. So a long time ago, back on the podcast feed, I wonder if I can look up some thing here on like the podcast website. But Ted Brothers and Jay Jurassic used to do episodes a while back, so they would do these. I just typed in Ted on the website. Jay and Ted's Jurassic Adventures. So they did stuff like the Top 5 Collectibles, Volume 2. Let's see. Oh, a brand new segment called Jay and Ted. So this was the first iteration, it looks like, in number 103. Pop Culture Commercials, Volume 1. Top 5 Scenes, Volume 3. Maybe these are like, this is the first episode, that's the second episode. I probably could have titled these a little bit better. That's the third episode. But yeah, Ted's been on like a lot of different episodes over the years, and Jay's obviously been a big part of the show as well. So they are bringing back Jay and Ted's Jurassic Adventures. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited. Jay and Ted always produced like an excellent, that was like no pun intended, Jay and Ted's Excellent Adventures. They always produce like really excellent episodes. I think when it comes to Jay's always like really been super nostalgic about a lot of this stuff. And when you combine him with Ted, like they're both so enthusiastic about nostalgia and childhood and like the toys and bringing that to life again. And I loved listening to them talk every single episode. And I think the tangents were probably the best part. Like I go on some tangents here, but Jay and Ted, they go on some wild tangents. So please tune in tomorrow night. We're bringing back Jay and Ted's Jurassic Adventures. And they're going to be talking about, I asked them before and I forget now. I think it was like the Chaos Effect line and a little bit of like animation and how it tied into that as well. And also kind of maybe, thematically tying things to Rebirth a little bit with Chaos Effect and the animated show and stuff. And think about like, how does that all tie together at this point in time? So yeah, definitely check that out. That will be tomorrow night at 9 p.m. EST. Very excited for that. So I will be here behind the scenes. I won't really interact at all. But I'll be the producer behind the scenes for that one. I'll give them the introduction when the show starts, but I'll be behind the scenes, putting the comments up and all that stuff. So please, if you like these, tune in tomorrow. It'll be just as fun and probably more. So definitely check that out. But let's get into some more topics here because we want to talk about the big stuff as well. We want to talk about the Velociraptor that's in Jurassic World Rebirth. So, Collect Jurassic posted this image. Dude, my hat keeps hitting my my Joshi. I don't really like the Velocicoaster forwards. Do we want to go the Velocicoaster forwards? Dude, I'm all decked out for Jurassic tonight, except for this Beetlejuice sweatshirt. But let's talk about this Raptor that Jurassic or Collect Jurassic. Too many Jurassics out there. Collect Jurassic talked about. So, who was it? Tim? Tom? I don't know. Which one of you? It looks like there's letters in here that Tim would have written with and not Tom. So that's what I'm going to go with. But I did tell Tom the other day, I was like, you know what? You write with those U's. Everybody's going to know it's you. But Larry, let's go into it here because we've got some Jurassic World Rebirth tie-in material here. From who? Who's this from again? Anagram Balloons. So, balloon company out there teasing this image here for the what seems to be an official Raptor design. Who knows? I trust this, like I trust I don't know, nothing. I don't know. I don't always trust the imagery that we see in like tie material like this to look exactly like it will look in the movies. So I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. that this is exactly like what it's going to be. I don't know. But hey, it could be. This could be a new era for Jurassic fans out there to get exactly like the right what am I trying to say? The exact reproductions of what we see in the films, because we've been doing this for a while and we've seen 15 different iterations of the Velociraptor squad, from Jurassic World, whether it's Echo, Delta, Charlie. Blue always pretty much looks the same, depending on like the Lego variants and stuff like that, which kind of give it more of like a tealish kind of green base layer. But all the other designs are so different and drastically different that if this was different than what we see in the movie, I would not be surprised. But let's talk about it for a second, because it is a pretty cool design. I dig it. As you can tell, it's just a paint over. They changed a little bit of stuff here, but they basically painted over blue. So you can find a promo image. Let me see if I can do so. But you can find like promo images of blue that look exactly the same as this, one for one. So outside of like maybe some of the crest on the beak and obviously the spikes and stuff on the back of the neck, but everything else is like very similar. But yeah, you just keep your eyes out. There are images of blue that look just like this. So, but I do imagine like the rest of this looks a little different. Like the arms and everything giving me a different vibe. The size of the Velociraptors giving me a slightly different vibe than Velociraptor Blue. But like I said, the promo images never really captured what you saw in the movie very well. But if we do get something like this, I think this is great, because it's really trying to get everything we love about the Raptors in one. I really feel like it's like this is what you want as a Velociraptor. Like, you wanted a tiger stripe? Okay. You wanted the male Velociraptors from JP3? Okay. You wanted the female Raptors from JP3? Okay. We're going to give you everything tied into one here. It's kind of silly in that way, but, but they're doing their best, it looks like, to really, like, appease us fans who want a little bit of everything. And maybe, to see something that could be an evolution, or something along those lines. Or, if you think about this potentially being, and I think... Jurassic Soul, as you had mentioned in your super chat, with the Raptor designs being out in the wild now, I wonder what made it too dangerous for Jurassic Park. Look, there's maybe there's a chance that like what we see here is like the first iteration that was too dangerous for the park, and then from there they realized, okay, this is a little bit too much. Let's dumb it down a little bit. And then they splice it out. Oh, they get the tiger stripe. And then they splice it out. Oh, they get the JP3 Raptors. And they just kept trying to fix it, and it just ended up with different variants. I think that would be kind of cool if we just ended up with different variants based off of this like original design. That would be kind of cool. But I don't know. I mean, I like it. It's interesting. Like, is this a design we would see in the wild? I mean, it's not that far off from the JP3 male, right? Like, let's be honest. It's got the spikes on the back of the head, the whatever you call them, the quills. It's got like that similar looking face structure to it, where, I mean, the jawline up top feels a little flat, but that could be different in the movie. Who knows? So the jawline and everything really feels like a Jurassic World style, which is, like I said, this was just based off a blue image. But what was I saying? It does feel like it's kind of just like a JP3 Raptor in a lot of ways. It's got the blue around the eye, that like yellow eye. Outside of the tiger stripe, it did have kind of red, and it did have some little hints of striping in there. And it had more of like a maroon body and everything, but there's stripes and stuff on the body. The only thing this one doesn't seem to have is like that white stripe that kind of goes back down. That's back, kind of like blue did, but a white stripe. So this is more so giving me like the JP3, kind of like the female Velociraptor a little bit more. So with the color pattern at least, and certainly based off what we see in the movie, I feel like what we get in the tanks and everything almost look like more so like the female raptors from JP3. Which I did bring those up. So let me go ahead and bring those up real quick here. All right, so going back over there real quick. There it is. Hit the button. All right, so we've got the raptor design here. I should have done like a side-by-side or anything like that, but, look at this. I mean, this is hard to tell if it has like I think it has more of an orangey hue to it. But it could be the lighting, because there is very like orangey lighting throughout these tanks, it seems. But, outside of the fact that it has two heads, we know that. We got that already. There's two heads here. Let's focus on one head. Let's look at the first one. It does have like striping and stuff up there, and it does have a darker eye. And am I almost like making out an eyeball right there? It kind of looks like it from here. I don't know if I'm like matrixing that though, like with my eyes, like kind of does look like it. Now this is a pretty high quality image that I have here. I pulled out images from the trailer, which I have directly downloaded from like a press site that has like really high quality versions of the trailers and everything. So let's go back here to the site just to see. There's nothing new, but I was able to download like the ProRes versions of the trailer. So they tend to look like super crisp. But I don't know if I'm seeing an eyeball there, but I'm probably just making that up. But yeah, look at that jawline. It looks pretty cool. And the striping looks pretty cool. This has the feeling of like an old school Velociraptor, and I really dig that. This, whatever this is, doesn't really look like what we're seeing over on the other page on Instagram. So I'm not really sure what's going on there, but it doesn't exactly look like the same thing. Now, they could be two different, things that we're seeing here. Maybe we never actually see this thing move for real outside of this container. But we do see one, move, and that is this one here. Now, is this one the same one? This one seems to more so have the color pattern that we get in that promo image. So this one is giving me more so that JP3, like female, like white Velociraptor look. I don't know if this is going to be the official like color or if it just looks that way because of the lighting or something. But yeah, it's giving me that more so than. I mean, it could be the same thing that we're seeing in that promo image, but I don't know. I just love this. I love this though. This like the black, like, I don't know what you call those things on the top of the skin there. That looks pretty cool. On top of the white, that looks awesome. And I like the way that this claw is multicolored in a way where it's pretty dark and looks pretty bone-like structure, but then it kind of goes into the lighter ends, and that's pretty cool. So dig that for sure. But that's what we're looking at there as far as the Raptors are concerned, that we see in the movie that's themselves in the trailer. But what we're seeing here definitely looks a little bit different from that. Like I said, I think you could maybe say that the foot could look similar as far as we could tell. But body-wise, this does not really give me what I see in that tank. So whatever the two-headed version is doesn't seem to be the same as this one. So it's a mystery. Look, it's a mystery. We don't really know when and where anything was created. We just have no clue. Like I was talking about before, I kind of queued it up. But before we get to there, I do want to actually talk about some of these comments here. The Raptor is absolutely beautiful. Yeah, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. It would probably, I think it's not different enough to rank really any differently than the JP3 Raptor for me. The Lost World Tiger Stripe Raptor is my favorite one. But this is right up there. I mean, it's close, but I don't know that I would rank this necessarily higher based off of this image than any of the others, but who knows? It could. Once I see it in live action, it could, for sure. And just, yeah, like we've been kind of talking about, the scare factor and how much worse could this really be? I don't know. Like, I really don't know. Like the color around the face by the eyes. Top tier. Spinorex says might be my favorite Raptor's design now. Jurassic Raptor. The Raptor design reminds me a bit of 2009 Toy Line Raptor, which was one of the best looking Raptor toys in my opinion. Let's see. Check out the toy database. Let's go to 2009. I don't know what it would have been included in, but there's a Velociraptor. It's very red. Doesn't look like that one. Those are 2 packs. Let's check out. Ooh, yeah. Velociraptor here. Yeah, I can see that actually. For sure. Yeah, it's definitely got vibes of that. That's cool. With the striping and the crest and stuff in the back. Yeah, I could definitely see that for sure. Kyriakos says, "Oh, what's up? I feel like I haven't heard your name in a long, long time. I feel like you used to comment somewhere a long time ago, or was it like on the show, like in the mailbag or something? What's up?" Definitely feels more JP3. I'm hoping the Raptors play a larger role. Yeah, I mean, look, I would love it for them to play a larger role. I just don't know that they will. I hope so. I really hope so, but I'm getting the feeling that they're not going to play a huge role, but maybe I'm wrong. Definitely digging this design. Nikolai loves the design as well. Looks terrifying. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And I bet you, like, in the appropriate lighting, which we saw, in that shot, which actually seems like 2 different sequences. There's a shot of Jonathan Bailey. Let's see if it downloaded here. I did try to get that high quality trailer over to my iPad, but I don't know. I think it did, yeah. All right, sweet. Let me throw this in a different album real quick and then go back for you. Let's go back over here. Got too many buttons. Let's go here. Boom. All right, so we got the trailer now in here in the high quality. So let's go ahead. Ooh, man, that looks so good. Maybe I can like pause this one a little bit better than I have been on YouTube. Yeah, so wait, where's the no, it's got to be back here, right? So yeah, sometimes it's hard to catch these scenes because as long as we stare at these images, they feel like endless. But in the trailer themselves, some of these moments happen so fast. Around here somewhere. Yeah, so he says it here. And these two moments feel distinctly different. Like, they feel like two different places, so I'm not really sure. It looks like we'd be getting him at least in a few different moments. It almost feels like this sequence, but I'm not sure. If it maybe feels a little different, the lighting. But he mentions they're velociraptors right here. And the fact that everybody's just kind of like chilling makes me wonder, like, how threatening are the raptors at this moment in the movie? I don't know if you can hear that. I can't hear it. Oh, let's hit the playthrough.
Park. Please don't say they're raptors. They're raptors.
Please don't say they're raptors. So they are referring to a collection of raptors to some extent. So, and it looks like there's fencing back here. Like, I feel like that could be fencing, those two separate, maybe there's like a sign right here with two separate pillars right there. Like, if we got a sequence that's kind of out of the novel where, like, the raptors, like, at a fence that's, like, right there, that would be pretty sick. Because there was a moment like that in the novel where Grant goes up to like a fence, and it's more of like kind of like an old school fence, I feel like a metal fence. And the raptor's just like on the other side of it, like clawing at it and stuff. I would love something like that. That would be kind of cool. But who knows? I'm hoping we get a few different raptor sequences in this movie. We've got one with the two heads in a container at least. We've got one walking around. We've got some raptors in this sequence, whatever this sequence is. But they're scared, but like they're hesitant, but like Jonathan Bailey feels like he's safe. Like he's not like super threatened that like something bad could happen here. So I don't know. I think he's playing it safe. Yeah, it's got to be the 10,000 volt sign for sure. Pack of raptors. Just Owen shows up. He's like, hey, guys, I thought you needed help. Brought a new pack of raptors. Got these from that lady over in Malta. One of them fell in the ocean. My bad. But I got these other ones here. I forget if any of them died at any point during the rest of that movie. But we got a few others here that we've been training. We got these clickers and lasers and things. They seem to like it. Yeah. That's what's going to happen, I think. It's just he's very afraid of Owen, is what he's looking at Owen across the way just doing his like thing. He's like, should I know how to do that move? Yeah, you wish he had said velociraptors. Yeah, well, I mean, like, let's think of it in world, right? I think anything in that general size, people like in world would just be like, those are raptors, right? And that's what people are like here, right? If there's anything that's 6 foot tall and looks scary with like a sickle claw, most people are going to be like, oh, that's a velociraptor, right? Maybe it is, maybe it's not. It could be a different variant, a Utah raptor, Pyroraptor or whatever, but it's just a raptor, a Trociraptor. So I feel like that's probably what's going on here. But yeah, to have somebody like Jonathan Bailey, the paleontologist, to be like, well, actually, let me correct you there, kid. This is maybe he does this. Maybe this could, yeah, they're raptors, I think he said, right? Is that what he said? So, I'm going to go back here just to confirm. I think that's what he said.
The worst of the worst. They're raptors. They're raptors.
They're raptors. So if he says they're raptors, well, actually, they're velociraptors. That would be good. Maybe he could still do it for you. He could still do it. Well, actually, that's a two-headed velociraptor. A two-headed velociraptor. Or if last week's article is true, Jonathan Bailey could be the kid from the beginning of Jurassic Park. That's his tie to Jurassic Park and Dr. Grant. He could be like, they're raptors. Well, more like 6-foot turkeys. He could still do it. But yeah, I wonder how brutal they'll be. You know, if we are talking about the different raptors that we've seen throughout the series, right? We've got the JP3 raptors, which are pretty brutal. The Lost World ones, which are just the most savage, I feel like, and the Jurassic Park ones for sure are very, very scary as well. But how do you get scarier than that? That's the thing. So, you know, I keep going back to the fact that, like, in the novel, they wanted to kind of dumb down the dinosaurs a little bit to make them feel more realistic for people because they moved too fast and stuff like that. Like, they had a hard time comprehending, like, that this was a real creature or something like that. So they had to slow them down. Like make them lumbering, kind of like zoo animals or something. So I think if they were just faster, that could be something, like, I guess. But they're already so fast, so agile, so like cheetah speed when they're out in the open. Why did I sound like I had a little bit of Roland Tembo in there? But you know, there were all these dinosaurs. Literally every one of them was already so terrifying. Like if there was a Triceratops in front of me, sick. Which, yes, it would be sick. But also, if it was sick, I'd still be terrified. I don't know if I'd lay on it like Grant. I don't know. But, you know, I mentioned it earlier, and I wanted to talk a little bit about it. Actually, they're Deinonychus. That'd be quite funny. Actually, Velociraptor was only like this tall. If they were to do... no, actually, let's talk about the different species and the different locations and things, because, you know, the synopsis and everything. Oh, I'm not on the. I thought this was the trailer again. I'm like, I don't remember this from the trailer. You know. Yeah, JP3 raptors were intelligently dangerous, as the Lost World raptors were just brutal. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Like, the Lost World raptors were kind of dumb in a way where they were just doing absolutely anything to get the kill. Like, they didn't care. They would rip their beaks apart, their noses, you know, just kind of pushing their nose through the broken glass of a car window. And they would just go under a fence and not really care what happens to them, and jump from rooftops and stuff. Like, they didn't care. They were just killing machines. So that's why, like, I always laugh when, you know, people say that they were all, like, all these dinosaurs were also natural and you know, animals. I'm like, no, these things were brutal killing monsters from the start, in so many cases. And yeah, so I think, you know, if there are different locations out there, it's very confusing to me. So we have dinosaurs that were potentially bred before Nublar. Well, at least they were a descendant, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe like a Velociraptor like this wasn't the actual first iteration. You know, there's a chance that what we see in this image here was not like how dad looked, or mom. In the case of Jurassic Park back then, probably this is not what mom looked like back then. And they look different now. So they kind of evolved, maybe. You could have like a few generations, probably, I would assume. You got 30 plus years if this was like a research facility for the original Jurassic Park. This had to be pretty far before, Jurassic Park itself. So there could be a drastic change from what they originally looked like to how maybe they've reproduced and look like now, whatever they are now. So a lot of the dinosaurs that we're seeing on that island don't have to be like Rexy, like, the one and only. Like, this is not the one and only. Like, do you remember? Like, if Dr. Wu showed up, he's like, I remember that raptor that I don't know why he sounded like Owen, but he's like, I remember that raptor that I cloned back then. I don't think he would do that. I don't think that would be the case. I think this would be just like Raptor 600 out of, whatever. It could be anything. So it's interesting though, because there's whatever's on this island. There's definitely new stuff also being bred, seemingly on this island. I'm assuming. I don't know. I don't know if those facilities are adjacent to each other, the old facilities and a new facility, whatever's new. Because what we see in the trailer, there's a combo of new and old dinosaur breeding facilities going on there. So I don't know if that new one's on the island or somewhere else. So there's certainly like a lot of things that could be happening on the island itself. Seemingly Kets, the Titanosaurs, T-Rex, Spinos, Mosasaur around there. A lot of things that could be based off of that island alone. But everything that like happened with the synopsis and everything, it always led me to believe that like, okay, the dinosaurs that we've known and loved for the past 10 years, with Jurassic World, and they moved on from Fallen Kingdom to from Nublar to like California, and then from California they spread around the globe. I think I always kind of imagined, based off the synopsis, that a lot of dinosaurs came to a specific region, but not necessarily only an island. So in my eyes, like, are we going to see other dinosaurs that are more familiar? Like with their styles? I don't know. Are we going to see whatever was congregating here in this equatorial region? I really wonder that. Like, I hope we get a bit of familiar and a bit of the wild, because I think that would help to differentiate the difference between the kind of species that we see, the similar species. But what we see here in this image is not so different than what we've seen before. So to me, this image doesn't necessarily speak like scary in a way that is unheard of. I guess that's why we're going with mutants, right? Because like a two-headed raptor, that's scary in a way I've never heard of. This mutant rancor alien thing is scary in a way I've never heard of. This Velociraptor, we know what to do. We know where to hide. We know how to like get away from this guy. So he's scary, obviously, but in a familiar way. So I wonder how they're going to differentiate themselves, and if we're going to get to see that. If there was some sort of study, if there was like, which they've been really good for doing, like in these movies, like a clip on like a phone or like a computer. If somebody opens up a laptop and they're like, look, we've done the research. You can see the distinction between a Nublar Velociraptor and these. You may know a little bit about these in this video, but watch this. And they like click the mouse and like, boom, you see something absolutely terrifying that you never thought these velociraptors could do, or the T-Rex or whatever. I think that would be a cool way to distinct these dinosaurs versus the other ones. So I don't know. I hope we get a little bit of familiar with the equatorial regions. That's my hope, because I feel like they set us up on this promise that the dinosaurs couldn't survive elsewhere, so they've gone to these regions. They didn't all just flock to this random island. That's not possible. Like, that just didn't happen. So why tell us all that when you're just going to another island again? From what we can tell in the trailer and everything, it feels like we're on this island for the most part. Like, that's a sense I'm getting, but is there a chance that we're not? Like, is there a chance that the Titanosaur and the Ketz moment are, like, in a different region? Like, could that not maybe be the island? I think there's a chance. Maybe we get like a few missions and stuff that they easily get the Titanosaur, and they follow that up with the Ketz, which is like treacherous situation, but not the worst. And he almost falls off the cliff and all that stuff, but they get it. Whatever happens, they got the DNA, and they're like, all right, we got to get the last one. We got to get the Mosasaurus. And they're all right. Well, where is it? Well, okay, it's around this island, and we want to stay away from this island. Is there a chance that happens? I don't know. I know they've adjusted the synopsis a little bit. I don't want to watch the trailer. JurassicWorld.com. Oh, that's loud. Yeah, so it's tough because the synopsis does say, like, it sees an extraction team race to the most dangerous place on Earth, an island. So it does really refer to them, like, really doing all of the work on this island. So I don't know. I don't know if we will see these equatorial regions per se. I guess maybe we're just putting those to the side. Any of the dinosaurs that we've seen before throughout Camp Cretaceous, or not Camp Cretaceous, I guess, but Chaos Theory and Dominion, it's like all those dinosaurs are now just in their regions. We're not going to touch on those. We're going to go to this place. So there's a possibility that they just skip all of the other dinosaurs altogether. I really hope not. Like, I hope there's a good plan for all of that. You just noticed on the back of its head, the things are similar to Scorpius Rex head. Yeah, you mean the quills? Yeah, I mean, it's just like what the JP3 Raptor has as well. But this one almost looks like it has the quills, but also, like, it could be feathery under there too. It's kind of hard to tell. But, like, there's a bit of red underneath the quills themselves, so there could be, like, some plumage of some sort, but also the quills. I don't know. But yeah, I think yeah, I'd like to see more. That's all. But yeah, I hope it says Allen, and that's why it's too dangerous for the park. Yeah, that would be it. I think that could be it, That's the reason why these were too dangerous and we had to abandon the entire facility. So that's what we know from Jurassic World Rebirth so far. We've got that Jurassic Park 3 style Velociraptor. We got we talked a little bit about Jurassic Park Survival tonight. So we've done a lot. We've done a lot with so little. I told you it would be over an hour, and we've could have kept going. We could have kept going. But thank you so much to everybody for coming around tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Before you all leave, please do me the favor of going and checking out all of our other stuff too. Blue Sky, I am on there as well as the podcast, so please check us both out. Go give us a follow. It's a great spot. I really dig it. We're over on Instagram as well, and I can be found over on Letterboxd, writing some movie reviews. And like I said, if you want to give me your thoughts on anything, on this Velociraptor, on Jurassic Park Survival, it does not even have to be about the movie or whatever. It could be about any Jurassic topic you want. You can always call our voicemail line, 732-825-7763. You can write us an email, JurassicParkPod@gmail.com, and you can send any kind of voice memo or recording to that email as well. I will check those. So please go do that. And like I said, I will collect any thoughts, any current thoughts you got on Jurassic World Rebirth, and I will put them into another episode, because we do have an episode currently out on the feed right now all about that. So please go check out our episode 406, that features anybody here, maybe some people here from the community reacting to the movie. And, you too could have your thoughts read or played on the episodes. So I'm going to try to get back to that more, because we used to do that a lot with the Jurassic mailbag. We kind of sidestepped that for a little bit, but maybe we'll get back to it at some point, because I really always loved having the community feedback in there as well. So I appreciate it all. But definitely go over to our my voice is going away, but my Substack. Go find it over there. You can find my Brad Joe Substack over there, and I write about Jurassic and other movies and other TV shows and things. So go follow that. The podcast itself is, of course, on places like Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go find my other show, Grim Grinning Hosts, over there too. My podcast just about theme parks and pop culture and all that good stuff. We do talk about Jurassic from time to time, so go check that out. And of course, the Forcecast as well. There will be another episode coming in the near future. We had planned to record tonight, but I don't think that's happening. So stay tuned for that. But again, thank you so much to everybody out there. I don't know if we're going to have the mailbag come back exactly. I'm still working it out. I know I've talked to Jen a little bit recently, and she feels kind of like tapped out with a lot of the Jurassic stuff. So we'll see. Maybe if we'll bring it back in some other context. But yeah, I'm excited to get that back. And is Aaron still soft cannon? Aaron's definitely soft cannon for sure. Yeah, he is. Aaron is, look, I'll agree. Soft cannon now exists because Aaron's out there. So Aaron is soft cannon. I was thinking, you know what? Should I do an episode coming up soon about, featuring somebody who absolutely now does not want Jurassic World Rebirth to even see the light of day? Should I do an episode like that? I don't know. Look, we have a podcast celebrating Jurassic, so I don't know. It's gonna be hard. We'll see if we can get Aaron back on at some point. We love Aaron, yes, love Aaron. But yeah, maybe it's like maybe we'll find something we can discuss that's not Jurassic World Rebirth. But for now, he's soft cannon. Yeah. But anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for watching tonight. And like I said, hit that notification bell so you can know when we're going live. And again, we are going live tomorrow night, okay? Tomorrow night, there will be another live stream, 9 p.m. EST here yet again. And the recording is also going to be featured on the podcast feed next week, so keep your eyes peeled for that as well. But it's going to be Jay Jurassic and Ted Brothers, two awesome dudes who have done multiple episodes on the podcast before. Jay and Ted's, what was it? Jurassic Adventures. Yeah, Jay and Ted's Jurassic Adventure. They've done that segment before. They've talked about nostalgia, about old toys, collectibles, and things. And it's going to be an awesome night tomorrow, so please join in for that live stream. And like I said, it will be on the podcast feed next week. So, but yeah, I appreciate you all. Thank you so much for listening all the time. Really appreciate it. And everybody, please go write a review over on Apple Podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm losing my voice for y'all. I yell too much. And then I whisper. They're raptors. But anyway, have a good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. As always, please stay safe, stay Jurassic, be kind to everybody out there. And I don't know where the button is to end this, so enjoy, everybody.